Hello, Recursive audience. Hello from Athens again. I'm Desi Karapchanska. Our next guest has consulted startups from scratch, navigating their growth and expansion across markets, sectors, and networks. Vicky Foteinou is an experienced program manager with a background in public and business administration. Currently, she is the program manager at the Greek innovation and technology company CrowdPolicy and a manager of the Visa Innovation Program in Greece. Vicky Foteinou is also an avid explorer of human emotions, digging deep into psychology studies. Vicky Foteinou, welcome to the Recursive podcast. You are in the sphere where the new things that are created are also innovative.
Yes.
And you have a passion for innovation. Is there a specific place or period of your life where this came from, this passion for innovation and creativity?
Actually, the moment I entered the CrowdPolicy, let's say a miracle became in this field. CrowdPolicy is a technology and innovation company which was actually created 10 years ago. And I was one of the first joining this company. So innovation is in the core of CrowdPolicy. By starting, organizing crowd hackathons. Crowd hackathons is a term of ours. It is the combination of crowd and hackathons. They are 3 days competition for innovation and entrepreneurship. It was, let's say, the focal point from which I started, having learning more about innovation and coming in contact with more innovative ideas and entrepreneurial people, the startup ecosystem and the entrepreneurial system in Greece. It was back in 2015, and later on these hackathons, these competitions, these innovation and accelerators programs evolved and progressed a lot. We also organized BIF Innovative, which was the first fintech accelerator in Greece for fintech products and companies, from which also a lot of successful companies emerged, such as Verge Capital, who also has a woman founder. And
we're going to elaborate more on the woman founders in the tech sector later, of course.
And from that point on, one lead to the other. We ran more than 35 crowd hackathons, to which I had the opportunity to come constantly in contact with new ideas, smart tech people who were dealing with innovation. They were thriving about their ideas, to make them greater, to showcase them in these competitions. And, this also gave me a passion around innovation, around new ideas, around these people who try to succeed and make their idea brighter, and circulate them to the whole universe, make them make a new company, gain funding, find new customers, and build something from scratch. That is innovation for me. And yes, this came while I began working in CrowdPolicy around 10 years ago. And the Visa Innovation Program, which we ran the late 4 years, was, let's say, a natural continuation of this course. Hackathons, acceleration programs, innovations labs, the core of innovation are my daily life.
You talked about the first step and creating something new. And
The first step in creating something new is do something, be in action, and then the following steps will follow.
After 10 years of living within the heart of innovation and innovative people, creating and bringing new ideas, what do you believe is the most successful, let's say, recipe for implementing actually also your idea, not only idealizing it?
I don't think that there is a recipe, and to be honest, I don't like giving recipes to people, because I have seen people and ideas change. I have seen many ideas fail, but also to revive from their ashes afterwards. So I don't think, at least I would never suggest a recipe to a new entrepreneur. But for sure, being passionate with what you do, find new ways, to support your idea, find new partners, be open, and hear what the others have to say to you is what make new ideas and new companies successful. Passion, eagerness, and openness to new challenges.
And how would you describe the role of the CrowdPolicy within the Greek ecosystem?
That's a very nice question, because as I've told you, I've been in CrowdPolicy from the early beginning, and I believe that CrowdPolicy has clearly caught the vibe of innovation in Greece and abroad in its 10 years of operation. And that is why it was the first company in Greece which organized the first crowd hackathon back in 2015.
The first one?
Yes.
That's interesting.
And actually, crowd hackathon is a term of ours, which we have created, is the hackathon, the commonly known to all of us hackathon, but with the participation of crowd, because it is open to everyone who wants to participate. So by being, let's say, the innovators in crowd hackathon, and from then on, CrowdPolicy has organized more than 35 hackathons in areas of tourism, fintech, sustainability, environment, and has implemented various open innovation initiatives such as innovation labs, accelerator programs in smart cities, fintech, and insurtech, with more than, let's say, 500 teams. Yes, 500 teams and 6,000 participants, creating a large startup community. I would say that, without being modest, that CrowdPolicy has shaped the ecosystem with its initiatives and ideas. And also CrowdPolicy manages a significant proof of concepts portfolio of teams and innovative MVPs, which address emerging business needs for the private and public sector. And, another thing we do very well is that we support startups to grow. We support their business needs, and we lead them to the market in order to find new clients and progress.
That's amazing. And you already mentioned many of the startups that you have supported, and we can see the results, which is the most awarding, I believe, feeling if you're devoted to something.
Actually, the results and the progress is the most important, because you meet people when they are youngsters and at their first steps, and after some years they have grown their company, they have hired employees, they have raised funding, and they are at a totally different stage from when you met them in hackathons. But everything starts with a crowd hackathon and a first step to apply for it.
And what about the Visa Innovation Program within the Greek ecosystem? Which legacy would it like to leave, and how do you see it evolving?
Actually, we're very proud for the Visa Innovation Program. And you know what? The Visa Innovation Program engages early stage fintechs and Visa's global network of partners, including e-money institutions, banks, merchants, governments, and other high-profile organizations to support innovation within the financial and payment industry. The program is run in partnership with Visa and CrowdPolicy in Greece and Cyprus, but it runs simultaneously in Turkey with headquarters, in Bulgaria with 11 ventures, and is now spreading in Spain. So we have Visa Innovation Program in Spain. So as you see, it is not a legacy only in the Greek and Cypriot fintech ecosystem, but it is a wider network of programs and people gathering around Visa Innovation Program, which for Greece actually runs successfully for the fourth cohort and empowers the local fintech talent to expand outside of Greece and deliver solutions that shape the future of payments and commerce. Actually, this year, Visa Innovation Program has also joined the Greek government's initiative, Elevate Greece, as a proud partner to further support the growth of the Greek startup ecosystem. The companies which participate in the Visa Innovation Program collaborate with a large pool of mentors and advisors from Visa and Visa's global network in the area of payments, open banking, crypto and blockchain, security and sustainability, to gather industry insights and level up their value propositions. These companies are also present to a wide network of proof of concept partners, banks, merchants, and other high-profile organizations to test and validate their propositions and reach faster to the commercialization stage, if they're not already, because most companies are already mature when joining the Visa Innovation Program. 4 years in a row, the Visa Innovation Program has created a big Visa Innovation Program alumni family with successes that have surpassed the borders, with 24 fintechs joining the program from the early on, with numerous successful collaboration with banking institutions and other POC partners. Companies that have gained funding and have showed successful results. So we're really proud for this collaboration with Visa in our Visa Innovation Program.
Congratulations. It's an amazing, indeed an amazing collaboration and very promising.
Thank you very much.
How come the elaboration with a fintech? Because as long as I'm concerned, you're also very involved in the fintech startup ecosystem.
CrowdPolicy has also, some banking products. So from the beginning on, I contributed in the building of these products, which we have also distributed to the market. But apart from this, CrowdPolicy was the first company which organized, as I've told you before, the hackathon for fintech for the National Bank of Greece. This first fintech hackathon led to a fintech acceleration program called Be Innovative, which completed 3 successful rounds, and also in this Verge Capital and other successful companies which gained funding, which broke the borders and went out of Greece and made new partnerships abroad, can be considered as successful cases from this accelerator.
Greece has its first unicorn, which is in the fintech
yes,
sphere, of course.
Yes, of course. And afterwards, Visa Innovation Program, it was the natural continuation of this, process and route. I started, learning more about fintech. I started observing the international fintech ecosystem, a lot of new innovative payments ideas. And then I wanted to find the best to recruit them for the Visa Innovation Program, a program which we built.
Yes, tell me more about the Visa Innovation Program.
Actually, Visa Innovation Program has, let's say, put a milestone in the Greek and Cypriot market, and not only. Visa Innovation Program is a collaboration with CrowdPolicy, with neobanks, banking institutions, and other institutions in order to bring in the ecosystem the best innovative ideas regarding payments. Okay. Started back in 2018, we have received more than 216 applications. We have brought major companies taken part in the 4 cohorts of the Visa Innovation Program. And we're glad that some unicorns have also come from the roots of the Visa Innovation Program. I would mention perhaps Payhawk,
yes,
which is also a success of the Bulgarian fintech ecosystem, but also we have brought Plum, Finloup, WealthyHood, Welcome Pickups, and a lot of other companies joining the program, who have built successful collaborations with all the banking institutions here in Greece and our POC partners. So I could say that we have built something from scratch, which after 4 cohorts has some major successful KPIs to showcase in the market. And I will also
I think you have some numbers. Yes, could you share those with us? Yes.
My notes to share the numbers, which I cannot recall by heart. It is more than 22 millions they have raised only in the Greek program, and while being members of the Visa Innovation Program are startups. The successes have surpassed the borders of the Greek ecosystem, and at the moment we have also a big Visa Innovation alumni program family. That's how we call it. We call it Visa Innovation Program Family.
Family?
Yes, that's which nice. Is full of alumni startups, which we still support in all the cohorts. We have recruited 24 fintechs for the 4 cohorts. We have numerous successful collaboration with banking institutions and other POC partners, as I told you before. And I would also like to mention that for this year, Visa Innovation Program has also made a collaboration with Elevate Greece, which is the official registry of startups for Greece and Cyprus. And we're more than glad, to support also Elevate Greece through Visa Innovation Program actions.
It's amazing, and Minister Dimas is doing amazing job with Elevate Greece and mapping of the Greek startup ecosystem that finally had to happen.
Yes, that's true. Elevate Greece,
and now collaboration like the Visa Innovation Program are helping it flourish. So
yes.
It's extremely important to support each other in this process.
Yes, Visa is a proud partner. Elevate Greece. Visa is a proud partner of Elevate Greece for this cohort. So let's say that the two actions have embraced, in order for the startups to evolve further, to progress, and expand also outside the Greek borders.
Perfect. Vicky, you have spent many years along business people, along people that want to build their idea, their enterprise. You also have an MBA?
Yes.
Right? So, and in order to understand the world around you better. But have you ever thought about starting your own business?
Yes. I cannot really say that I haven't thought about it. I have thought about it, and I have also tried it in the past, which was not a successful case. But through the constant, occupation in other companies and in the occupation of the startups and in a way advising startups, this this desire has relieved, and why not? I see myself in 10-20 years' time being a consultant in my own company, and advising these startups as well, and perhaps also in the future, I'm going to make a company of my own in which I will organize events. I'm very proud for what I have succeeded so far and very proud to be a member of CrowdPolicy, but an executive in CrowdPolicy. But the idea and the fire of entrepreneurship is still alive.
It's still alive.
Yes, and I will try, to succeed in this field perhaps in the future.
So you talked before about the curiosity you had that led you to the fintech industry, and I talk about the fire within you, which is very beautiful to acknowledge, which is the fire in our souls, and to say it's not the right time now. I'm still learning, but one day I'm gonna follow that
yes.
fire
yes.
that's within us. You talked a lot about success, success stories, successful fintech companies. You talked also about failure. And these both factors, these both words that are much more than word, exist in the everyday life of an entrepreneur. What is, in your opinion, the biggest struggle or the biggest characteristic that an entrepreneur has in his spirit?
Actually, entrepreneurs are passionate people themselves. You cannot think of making a company on your own, especially in these times and in these financial periods we're living.
Why you're saying that?
Yes. If you're not passionate for your idea, for if you don't have a goal you want to achieve. So from the years I'm dealing with startups and I'm having this sort of relationship, I have understood that entrepreneurs, especially the ones who are in the fintech sector, are passionate people, want to take their idea further, want to expand their companies. They are people who give back also in the society and the entrepreneurial environment as well, because they themselves hire people in order to advance their products. And these are the characteristics I think that an entrepreneur has. They are passionate, they are flexible, even if they fall, they stand back, on their feet. Even if they face failures, and they try again, and they never stop evolving in time. They never stop progressing.
So their passion stuck with you mostly the last
yes,
10
I think
years.
It cannot be done otherwise.
You visited Germany
Yes.
for a long time.
Not for a long time, yes, but for studies mainly.
For studies. And a phrase stuck with you.
Yes, it is a phrase I carry with me after being in Germany, yes.
And while I was reading your journey, it also stuck with me. I was like, I like that phrase, but I would like you to elaborate more on it. People always meet twice. Excuse me, I cannot say it in German.
Yes.
How is it in German?
It is zweimal treffen sich die Leute.
Yes, exactly. So why this phrase, and why is it so important to you?
While I was studying in Germany, there was a stop at a point. So in order not to feel pity for the completion of the studies, and that we would all then move to our countries, we were oftenly saying, no worries, zweimal treffen sich die Leute. This means that at some point in time in our lives we're going to meet again. And that's something that I have also seen many times happening in my working life and in life in general. We may meet some people at a certain phase of time, and at some point we will meet them again. Perhaps we will be older, our lives may have changed.
Through other people and other stories about them.
Yes, through other stories, but we will meet them again, because the relationships of people and the connections we make with them are the most important thing, and comes over and over. There is a continuity and a repetition in the people we meet in life.
So there is, you said this word before, I liked it, the matrix of networks.
Yes.
And you're working a lot with networks and with connecting people and with bringing them together. And this led you to psychology studies.
Yes.
Why is it so important to also understand people while working with them?
I think the matrix of people, first of all, to say what is matrix. Matrix is the connections of people we build, all of us together. And I mean, even one person can know 20 people, these 20 people can know other 20, and this is a multiplied effect. So I strongly believe in networks. I strongly believe in the relationships we build with other people, and that is what thrives me at my work and has led me also to psychology studies. I wanted to understand more than the verbal wording of the people. I didn't want to remain to what the people say. I wanted to truly understand them, understand their needs, understand what they expect from me, understand what they mean behind from what they phrase. Because we might say something but mean something
else,
different. And in order to satisfy, the needs of our startups, I wanted to have an empathy with them. And yes, it helped me. The psychological studies embraced my background and perhaps moved me a little bit further.
So you believe that psychology and studying the organizational psychology, especially understanding other people, help an entrepreneur, help someone develop also empathy for the people they work with, for the people they work for their clients, for their investors, for the world. It enhances this characteristic.
It cannot be otherwise, as far as I'm concerned. If we don't have empathy, and empathy doesn't mean to be like the other person. Empathy means to understand the other person, remain in our beliefs, and move further, better along with them. If we don't have empathy with our relationships, with the people we have around us, with our colleagues, with the startups we cooperate in our everyday life, how can we move further? I mean, as people, we have come in order to make a progress in life and not to remain in the same, point over and over. And in order to progress, in my belief, we must have empathy, first of all.
And understanding towards others.
Yes.
Vicky, what makes you so good at your work and what you do?
First of all,
define yourself, like, for sure you have thought of like, what's my main characteristic, my main charisma, probably.
Yes. It's difficult, to speak for myself, but after these years of working, being in the startup and fintech ecosystem, I have identified that if something is, unique for me, is the passion I have for my work. The thing that even if I don't know how to do something, I start by doing something, I'm active. I do things. I do not settle. And by starting doing something, the other steps follow on the way. You make a beginning and let's say the universe helps you in this direction, helps you to what you want. And it seems that after a lot of struggles, and pains we have all passed in our working life, I have understood this very well. So I work hard, I try to accomplish things, and I do things. I don't think this is a special charisma, but I feel after so many years of work that I am feeling, first of all, good at my work, and I feel, that I can deliver things. I can complete things.
Yeah, there's a feeling of confidence.
Yes.
After small victories and then bigger victories.
Mm-hmm.
And the feeling, I saw this video many years ago of the Make Your Bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small video.
Exactly.
But just start your day by making your bed.
Yes.
It's a small victory, it's a small task you put and you achieve every day.
It's exactly the same with...
So it reminds me of your mentality now,
yes,
the way you...
do something. Start by doing something. Do not stand. You do not wish on the stars, Take action and then the rest will follow.
And you're also, Vicky, a female in this very male, also dominated industry. Do you see towards the last years more female entrepreneurs, more women in tech? Do you see evolution towards the female entrepreneurship?
Yes, and of course I'm also going to check my numbers
you have
again.
Numbers, yes, please.
Because the truth is that the scene, as I remember it, when I started, collaborating with startups, has drastically changed.
It's amazing news.
Yes, even in Greece, but I think also in Europe as well. So let me find it. Actually, the penetration rate of women co-founders has changed also in percentage-wise. Mm-hmm. This year we had a growth in 17, I'm sorry, not 72. I would wish to be 72.
Would be
yes.
Perfect number.
Yes.
It's a good number.
Yes,
we take
it. It's an increase. This year we had an increase in women co-founder pan-European in a degree of 17.2. This is why we see more and more women participating also in innovation competitions like hackathons, or we see women being developers, which was something not that often, in the past. And the percentage also of early stage female entrepreneurship showed also a growth increase in 7.6% last year. This means
so these
that
are representatives, female representatives in the tech sector.
Yes,
as heads, as co-founders.
As co-founders, yes,
by 7.6%.
Yes,
perfect.
It might sound low, but it has raised from the last year, and this also means that 2 out of 10 women are co-founders. So this is not, a low number of women participating in entrepreneurship.
But do they have the necessary tools to succeed? Do they have the necessary communities to support them? Do you believe that Greece is providing them what they need in order the 7% to be 17, 27, etc.?
Yes, I truly believe there are programs, funding programs to support female entrepreneurship. And also what we have also seen the recent years is there are women executives who have raised, in high-level positions in Greek tech companies, and not only. This is, a pan-European tendency to hire women who can deliver in high position, like C-levels, in banks, Even in Microsoft, Visa also supports greatly women entrepreneurship and also women executives.
This also has this women empowerment network.
Yes, they have
concerned worldwide.
Yes.
And, for young girls under 30.
Yes. Visa has women empowerment networks. There are other networks also here in Greece, women in tech, who give the step to new women executives, but also to C-level executives to mentor the newcomers, let's say, in the market. So I think that also there are a lot more chances for women to work in tech. In CrowdPolicy, if I'm not wrong, 55% of the employees are women. I'm not wrong. 55% of the employees are women. Also developers and horizontal, and in the operational sector as well.
And how do you see the Visa Innovation Program evolving, or how you would like it to evolve?
I would like Visa Innovation Program to expand internationally, to have Visa Innovation Programs in most of the European countries, but also to be a program that will go in the US, in Australia, in the whole globe. Actually, Visa Innovation Program is at the moment running in Spain as well. It started in 2018 with CrowdPolicy in Greece and Cyprus, with headquarters in Turkey, and 11 ventures in Bulgaria. Now, a Visa Innovation Program is expanding in Spain with headquarters, and I think that it has the potential, and it has shown that it has the capacity and the network to expand in many more countries. So that's what I would like to achieve as Visa Innovation Program, and of course I would like to be part of it in most of the countries possible.
I hope you will be, and you see it evolving in many countries, and also developing countries as well, so it can contribute also to less privileged communities that might have also bright minds.
These developing countries can also apply in the Visa Innovation Program.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yes. So we have seen that we had application for more than 60 countries. We had also applicants from Africa. We had also applicants from Australia, Germany. I'm not only talking for developing countries.
Worldwide.
We had also, but
it's worldwide.
Yes, after 4 cohorts, we have seen that we have applications from all over the globe. Germany, Malta, you can name it, and I think we're going to have an application from this country as well.
So the Greek ecosystem has a momentum. It's thriving,
yes.
I would say. Mergers, acquisitions, unicorns. Do you believe it is mature? And if not, what would you think would be necessary in order for the Greek startup ecosystem to mature?
I think that the Greek startup ecosystem, first of all, has made a major step than the previous year. This year, we accomplished more than 500 million in acquisitions, and mostly 3 of these companies have achieved, this way out as we said. And so it is at a stage where we have never seen before, and it has all the potentials to bring investments from abroad, because that's also very, very necessary in order to mature further, to bring investments from abroad, to build more companies. We have the expertise. We have showed successful cases such as Viva, and not only. And yes, we are mature and we can expand the products further abroad and in other countries.
As this very insightful and beautiful discussion comes to an end, I would like to make a last question. Because your work has shown that you're supporting many groups, you're interested in the people, in their development, you want to understand them, your empathy, you want them to see thrive, their ideas to be implemented. Why would you, if you think of, why would you like to be remembered for? For what thing would you like to be remembered for?
That's a difficult question.
We like those ones.
Yes, but yes, I would like to be remembered as a true and loyal person that has worked with honesty, has approached people with honesty, as a professional that I have managed to deliver, and perhaps put my own, a little stone for these companies that I work with, to make a step further.
Or to make the first step, as you said.
Or to make the first
Which
step.
is probably the most important.
Yes, yes.
Η μισή αρχή του παντός.
Yes, exactly. But most importantly, I would like to be remembered as a true and loyal person.
Thank you very much, Vicky. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure as well. Thank you very much.
In the next episode of the Recursive podcast, we welcome the investor and managing partner at Vitusha Ventures, Max Gurwitz.
Entrepreneurship, and this is also maybe a strange thought. It's a thought that I actually started developing quite recently, but the most important thing, in work or in teams, perhaps, is, it's a strange thought, but it's servitude, right? Like that concept somehow got lost, I think, over the years, and especially as the startup community grew, and our role models in this community are pretty bad, right? Like the general role model of a tech founder is basically a socially awkward misfit. The misfits were celebrated because of Steve Jobs, right? Like this whole thing that you're celebrating psychos, basically, or people that have
I call them high-functioning sociopaths.
High-functioning sociopaths. There you go. I didn't even have to say this. Like yes. You're basically celebrating the incredible cult of personality, the incredible cult of, toxicity in relationships. Like all of that stuff.
Hustling until you...
Hustling, yeah. Like it's all about me, it's all about the founder, the CEO that makes millions, screw the teams that get laid. Like look what's happening now, right? Like everybody was raising crazy money last year. Now everybody's firing people. It's crazy, right? Like why are people being let go in an economy where there's a desperate need of people everywhere? Yet in the tech sector, everybody's firing because they overhired, right? Like this incredible, again, focus on ultra growth and the personalities that go with it, right? Whereas I actually think that if you look historically at the history of business, okay, maybe I'm fortunate that I'm Dutch, which is, the country that invented the modern corporate form. That's where corporations started famously. And that's, the first country that actually had a system that resembles what we have today, the corporate business structure of, like private companies, public companies, etc.
I didn't know that.
It's all Dutch. I mean, Holland started as the first place where it all began.
Okay.
Maybe it's from there, but like this idea that building a business, it's really servitude, right? Like in any successful business, it's very simple. You have to always put other people first, right? It's not about you. If it's about you, go get a job. Then it's all about you. Right? If you're building a business, it is about team, first and foremost, clients, shareholders. and only then yourself, right?
And if you're just as passionate about innovation as we are, hit subscribe for the Recursive podcast on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform. We're everywhere.